Hello everyone, welcome to this session of Automotive Manufacturing Processes and Technology. Myself, Vimal Salot from LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. In this session, we are going to discuss about planing machine, slotting machine, their construction, working, and the comparison between planing machine and slotting machine. Chapter is machining. So let us start with the different types of the planer. The several types of the planers are double housing, or it is also known as the standard planer, open side planer, pit planer, plate type planer, and divided head type planer. So these are five main types of the planing machine. Among them, double housing planer, it is also known as the standard planer. So let us see the construction and working of double housing type planing machine. Here you can see it is a photographic view to have the better idea about this machine, and the main components are shown in this photographic view. These are bed, table, this horizontal membrane like component, it is cross rail, it is a column, but there are two columns. First column is here and second column is here. So these are the main components, and on this cross rail this tool head is mounted. It is a block diagram of this machine. In block diagram, it is necessary that all the parts should be shown. But here this diagram is made simplified. So we can see all the parts are shown here. Now let us understand what are the different parts of this machine and what is the function of each and every part. So this component at the bottom side, it is known as the bed. It is a heavy cast iron casting. It is a box shaped casting and massive and rigid in construction. Generally, it is made from the cast iron because cast iron has very good compressive strength. The top surface of this bed consists of highly machined guideways on which table is mounted. On the bed, on both of the sides, two columns are mounted here. Another component is table. Here you can see in this diagram, it is a table and it can have the reciprocating movement. The table reciprocates on the bed on the guideways, and generally the length of this bed is twice that of the table to accommodate the total stroke length of the table. On the top surface of the table, T-slots are provided for clamping of the workpiece. Next component is column, and you can see here these are the two columns, or it is also known as the housing. It is first column and it is second column. On left side and on the right hand side of this bed, both of these columns are mounted. They are also made of the cast iron, and they also consist of the guideways on which this cross rail component is mounted, and these tool heads are also mounted on this column. Next component is cross rail. This component cross rail connects two columns. These are the two columns which are connected by this cross rail, and cross rail can move vertically up and down on this column, and on cross rail this component tool head is mounted. So when we move this cross rail up and down, this tool head can also be moved up and down. And in tool head there is a component which is known as the tool post, in which cutting tool can be mounted. So here cutting tool is fitted in the tool post. When cross rail is moved up and down, cutting tool will be also having the movement up and down. Okay, so these are the main components of double housing type of planer machine. Next type of the planer machine is known as open side planer. You can see here it consists of one column instead of two columns. That was in case of the double housing planer machine. So it is open from the one side. It is also known as the open side planer. The components are bed, column, table, cross rail and tool head, but almost construction and working is similar as we have discussed in case of the double housing planer machine. Next type of planer is a pit planer. If size of the workpiece is very large and if it is very heavy, then this type of the planer machine can be used. Here this table is mounted in the pit and the heavy workpiece can be easily directly fitted on the table. So rest of the components are columns, cross rail and tool heads which are similar in construction and working as we discussed in case of the double housing planer. Next machine is slotting machine tool, and here its photographic view is given. The main parts of this machine are bed, column, reciprocating ram and this table. So these are the main parts of the slotting machine. Here it is the block diagram of this machine. So this column consists of the driving mechanism for this ram. Slotting machine, sometimes also known as the vertical planer machine. The main difference between shaper machine and this slotting machine is that in case of shaper machine, tool reciprocates in a horizontal axis, whereas in case of slotting machine, the tool reciprocates in vertical axis. Here you can see this column is having guideways at the front side, and on those guideways this ram is fitted which can reciprocate vertically up and down. So here in tool post this cutting tool is mounted. So cutting tool is provided the reciprocating movement in vertical direction. This table is useful to clamp the workpiece on it, and it can be provided longitudinal, cross or rotary feed movement. Now let's see the comparison between shaper and planer. So first point of comparison is job and tool motion. In case of shaper machine, tool reciprocates, whereas feed is given to the workpiece, that is intermittent feed. Whereas in case of planer machine, job reciprocates on the table and tool is given the feed. Construction, rigidity and cost wise, shaper machine is lighter in construction, it is less rigid and comparatively it's less in price, whereas planer machine is heavy in construction, it is more rigid and comparatively it is costlier. Cut and feed wise, very heavy cuts and coarse feed cannot be employed in case of the shaper machine, whereas in case of the planer machine, heavier cuts and coarse feeds can be employed. Numbers of tools wise, only one tool can be mounted in case of the shaper machine, but in case of the planer machine, several cutting tools can be mounted simultaneously. Generally, two toolets can be mounted on cross rail and two toolets can be mounted on each of the housing. So in case of double housing type planing machine, simultaneously four cutting tools can be mounted. Cutting action, how takes place? So for that, in case of shaper machine, cutting takes place by the moving tool which reciprocates with the ram, and in case of planer machine, cutting takes place by the reciprocating work under the tool. Now another point is setting of the workpiece. Now setting of workpiece wise, in case of shaper machine, it is easy and quick to set the workpiece on the shaper machine, but in case of planer machine, much skill is required to set or adjust the workpiece on the table, and it takes longer time. Floor area, next point is floor area. So shaper machine requires less floor area, but planer machine comparatively requires more floor area. Now, what is the power consumption for the driving mechanism? In case of shaper machine, comparatively lesser power is required. But in case of planer machine, comparatively high power is required because it is heavy duty machine and large size of the jobs are employed in case of the planing machine. So they require more power. Thank you very much for watching.